We are back. We are back with one of my favorite things that I do for my YouTube channel, and that is a college football series. I love a good series. I love putting people together. It's 1,000 degrees outside. Why not come outside and make this video for the college football series that is going to start premiering in August? I promised you I would take you up until football season. When I make promises, I keep those promises. So this is your college football series. Now, it's going to be different from last year. Last year, I did my top 25 college football teams and I released them in that order. This year, we don't really know what any of these teams are going to do, but we know teams that are going to shape the season. And the teams that are going to shape the season, in my mind, are going to be in the series. There's only going to be 13 teams. Those 13 teams I specifically selected for a reason. I care about the college football playoffs. All the things leading up to the college football playoffs are all the things that I'm worried about. I'm worried about certain matchups, certain games, what these teams are going to do. And if one of these teams loses, they're going to impact this season. If these teams win like they're supposed to, they're also going to tell a story. So I picked storytellers. I picked people that are going to impact this college football season, because why would I not? So before anybody asks why I didn't pick certain teams, I picked teams when I looked at schedules that continuously played certain teams. So some of the teams in this, you're going to see why they were picked, because they played each other. I also made a video before and I talked about the teams that I thought were going to have impactful games this season. I cannot on one end turn around and say these are the games that are going to shape college football, and then on the other end not pick those teams for a college football series when I think these teams are going to have the most impact of the season. Are these teams the most popular? I don't really know. These are the teams, though, that I believe that depending on if they win or they lose, we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be paying attention to them, whether it's because they were good last year, whether it's because we expect them to be good this year. I don't know what your reason's going to be, but all of these teams I selected are specifically for the reason of the college football playoffs, because that is what this college football season is all about. The 2026 season is going to be who made the college football playoffs and who didn't make the college football playoffs and what happened. These teams are going to tell that story, and that is why I picked them for this series. One of my favorite parts about college football, now that we have the playoffs, is the regular season matters so much, because that basically grants you the access to get into the college football playoffs. However, before you get into the college football playoffs, we all get to enjoy the games. We get to have the passion. We get to yell at our TVs. We get to decide what we think is right. And then when the college football committee is ready, they get to go behind closed doors and do whatever they want to do. And then we all get to whine about it. What is better in college football than being able to whine about what happens? That is what makes college football. Our ability to whine and complain no matter what happens. Sign me up for that. That is what I'm here for. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and I'll let you get back to your video. Similar to my NFL fan series, I am going to make sure that I collaborate with the people who have YouTube channels. All of their information is always going to be in the description, so you can find them at any moment. You can find them on their socials or any information they gave me to share. I am going to share it. You should know by now, I like to do things a little different. I like to kind of shake the table a little bit. And the fun part about this is just doing something different. I could have set up here and made a list of my top 25 and talked to those top 25 teams and went on and carried on. But why not do something different? Why not just do something that made a little bit more sense for me? Because all of these teams, majority of them, no one's going to look at them and say, I don't think they're going to be a good football team. Now, how many games they win is going to matter. What it looks like at the end of the season is obviously going to matter. And let's be real, every single team that I picked for this series has a storyline, if not a couple of storylines that they can tell about the season. I don't really like reality TV. That's not really my thing. That's not where I shine. Football is my reality TV, because football has so much drama, so many storylines, so many people in their feelings, so much emotion, all of those things. I want to see all of those things. And so that is how I decided what I was going to do. So these are the shapers of the season, the impactors of the season, the people that I need to be watching this season to figure out what is going on. Does this mean that other teams don't matter? No. Does this mean that other teams can't come out and surprise us? No. Does this mean that this list is the end all be all? No. Also, I have 13 teams on this list. All 13 of these teams can't make the playoffs because the G5 is getting one of those. So that means there are 11 spots left. 11 spots left for this college football playoff. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I'm excited for college football season. August is right around the corner. We are so close. We almost made it. Before I end this video, I need to say these videos are going to release on Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and lead us all up into the first week of the season. because then that's when it gets good. And then we are going to have so much more to talk about. But hey, I just decided that I am going to release the Indiana Hoosiers preview and the Miami Hurricanes preview because we saw these two teams play in the national championship. These teams are obviously on my list. I am very fascinated by both of them to see what both of them are going to do this year. So let me roll the preview for both of them so that you get an opportunity to see the people that I talk to and get a little preview of the conversation.
The Landarian Miss.
This is your episode. You're the A side. I'm the B side. You get to say whatever you want.
Right. So on paper, I've seen people picking Miami offense as the best offense in football with Mark Fletcher, who I think is finna run roughshod over college football. The light turned on in the playoffs. Malachi Tony, 1,200 yards last year. I think 14 touchdowns or 12 touchdowns. It can only get well. Can it get better for him?
It can get better.
That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Can it?
But it can get better. I mean,
it can.
Yeah, it can. And I think that's what's impressive. It can get better. So
right. He did it as a freshman, right? And freshmen usually sputter at some point in time, right? And he put up over 100 catches, over 1,000 yards. And then you put him on the field with a Cooper Barcade. So the stories that are coming out and the expectation of the team, to me is a huge story when you're talking about the Canes and what's going on.
You were talking about that we almost kind of dug in and was like, you guys were wrong about 24 and you're wrong about 25. And when we won at Oregon, I was at that game. It was obviously one of the best Indiana football games I've ever been in my life. But when we won that game, it was like, oh, this team is different. This team can actually win a national championship. But I was worried about Ohio State. When we beat them in the Big Ten championship game, I was like, I don't want to play that team again. Like, that was like, I thought that might be the high of the season. I don't want to see them again. But then what we did in the postseason, it just obviously left no doubt in my mind that we were one of the best teams ever in the history of college football. If you look at a lot of metrics, maybe not better than 2019 LSU. I'm not here to like
debate it.
But they were very good, and they won convincingly in a 12-team playoff. And I think that's what puts us to now of like, it still feels like there's some doubt on what it was last year. And so that's, I think, where my journey from all the way back to 2019 and today, where it's gone.
I love that Indiana didn't make a liar out of me either, because I was like, one of the things college football has done that I actually really like is it makes us pay attention to everything. Now we're starting to watch what other teams are doing more closely, because now we need to compare them to our team. We're looking at schedules. We're looking at what's going on. We're watching a lot more of what is happening on everybody else's team, because now we have to see how our team measures up. Now it has made us almost really competitive to fight for our team to be in the college football playoffs, to fight for our teams to be better. There are a lot of things that have happened with college football, with the transfer portal, that this has helped. And that is because now all hands are on deck. Now everybody feels like they have an opportunity to make it into the college football playoffs. When more teams are playing players, when players are being able to intermingle, we don't really know what is going to happen. And that is why the games matter. Not just the games at the beginning of the season, the games in the middle of the season, the games at the end of the season, the games that historically everybody would just sit back and be like, that's a win. Now you have to watch it, because how are you winning? What do you look like? Do you look good? Do you look like you should be in the college football playoffs? Now we are so judgmental about everybody's college football team. Some people are judgmental about their own, but not as many people are judgmental about their own college football team. But it makes it interesting, and that is what has happened with the transfer portal. This new age of college football is interesting because everybody has opportunities and everybody's getting players. And so it makes it a little bit of the wild, wild west. In my opinion, though, that's not always a bad thing. Now, we all know how I feel about the college football committee. I think the committee is a joke, but who knows? This year, they have an opportunity to prove to us what strength of schedule means or what strength of schedule doesn't mean. Because if they don't show us that strength of schedule matters, college football might be on the verge of getting watered down. However, if the committee shows us that strength of schedule does matter, we might be in business. We might have some things going on. It might get good. It might get really interesting. I don't really know. But the fact that we don't really know is what makes this fun. If we knew, we wouldn't watch every single game. If we knew, we wouldn't care so much what the team in the Big 12 is doing. If we knew, we wouldn't pay so much attention to those random ACC games that we never would have paid attention to before. Everything matters now in college football. Every single game matters in college football because it matters how you look, it matters how you play, it matters if you win, it matters how you show up. And I love that for the sport. I love that for college football. And I know as college football fans, we always want to whine about something. We always want to say NIL, collective, this isn't fair, this isn't fair, this team's playing people, they're only going there because of the back. I don't even care about any of that. We're talking about it. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it popular. And hey, it just is what it is at this point anyway. One thing that is super important to remember, this list of 13 teams, I am not ranking these teams. I am not saying this team is ranked 2, 3, and 4 because I don't think we should rank teams anymore before the college football season starts. Now, I get that there's a business reason why we have to rank teams. As a fan, though, it's a little bit overkill for me because we don't know what any of these teams are going to do. We honestly don't know what is going to happen because we don't know who these teams are. We know the players they got in, but we don't know how the systems are going to work, how the coaches are going to work, what it's going to look like. So for me, I didn't want to do just a standard top 25. That's boring. That's played out. So I decided to do it this way. Now, I am not going to release these by order of how I think the teams are ranked because like I just said, I'm not going to say on one end, I'm not going to rank them and then I'm going to proceed to rank them. No, these are just the teams that I think are going to be important this season or are going to, if they lose a game, something's going to shift. If they win a game that they shouldn't win, something is going to shift. That is exciting. That is so exciting for college football. I am fired up for this season. I can't wait to see what is going to happen this season because there's so many things that can happen. And we're still on this course of really shaping what college football is. We're still shaping what it is, what it isn't, what it's supposed to look like, what it's not supposed to look like. That's exciting because it feels like building. It feels like change. It feels like we're trying to come into our own with college football. I want to come into my own with college football, so why not? I'm here for all of it. Sign me up for all of this. Every single second of all of this. Even the stuff I hate, sign me up for it. Even the stuff I think is ridiculous, sign me up for it. Even this dumb college football committee that makes decisions that I don't understand, sign me up for it. Sign me up for all of this because this is what college football is all about. And I can't say I love football and not want to deal with all of these other things. I want all of it. Every single piece of it. I need it. Give it to me. Sign me up for it. Let me know who the 13 teams are you think I am going to talk to in this series. I like that I'm doing something different, mixing things up. Let's see what happens. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope that you enjoy this series as much as you enjoy my other ones. And as always, I will see you in my next video.